shot in the middle of his head.
There's no activating that. That one's gone.
This one to the Clippers. For the Lakers, 9 losses in their last 12 games. Lakers now just a 0.9% chance of making the playoffs, according to basketballreference.com. Yesterday, LeBron James was asked about potentially being shut down for the rest of the season. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Well, I mean, that's a conversation that probably will be had between me and Luke. You know, and going forward, I don't know what the what's going on as far as that with the postseason and things of that nature. So I felt like this was definitely a game that we needed tonight for obvious reasons. There's a team that we were chasing, and we didn't take care of business. So, you know, you kind of look at the rest of the games and look at the percentages of what's going on here in the future and see what makes more sense, you know, for not only me but for the team itself as well. For me personally, I can speak for myself. I can't speak for everybody else. Continue to be the professional and, you know, and be as great as you can be every single night, no matter the circumstances, because someone is always watching.
All right, they're not mathematically out of it, but they're close. You think the Lakers should shut LeBron James down, CC?
Yeah, I really do. And this is totally contrary to anything I typically would advise, but we're living a different era. And it's just not because it's not about the Zion when he got injured, shut him down. College football players, should they play continuing the season? Nick Bosa, should they play in the bowl games? And typically I advise them, man, I believe that process is important for them to continue to grow. But now we're talking about someone at the end of their arc in sports, not these kids beginning. And my advice to them typically has been to always, they'll get better participating if there's not some long-term effect on them. With LeBron James, what do they gain? What do they gain in these 20 games? And I can understand LeBron because he would be true to his brand as an athlete as saying, you know something, I want to be out there every night. I believe him for that. I would grant him that. That's no problem. But if I'm Magic Johnson, I get in the way of that. I make sure that all the PR and everything that the organization and myself are blamed for it. I tell him, me and LeBron got into a fight, man. He wants to play, and I told him, no, we're not. We're not going to play you because it's more important that you're healthy this offseason. It's more important that you get ready for next season because if we're going to win a championship, it's going to have a lot to do with how healthy that guy is going to be. So totally different than anything I've ever advised any other athlete. But where they are right now, the coach is a lame duck coach. They're going to fire him. Lonzo Ball is still hurt. They got what percent chance? Same chance of winning the lottery as they do of getting in the playoffs?
According to 538, 1% to get Zion, 1% to make the playoffs.
And this is the biggest reason. Because LeBron James told me last week that I'm getting ready to activate. I'm getting ready to turn it on. And every other time his whole career when he has said that, now the team didn't always win. 90% of the time they won. But
that gear was there.
And he would get 30 shots up. Last night, how many shots LeBron get? 18 shots in 42 minutes. That don't seem activated to me because they needed LeBron to be an elite scorer, 35 to 40 points for this Lakers team to be able to win the last 3 games, and he couldn't go to it. In 42 minutes, he only shot the ball 7 times in the second half. That is not LeBron James activated. So he's still injured. I believe that his weight is not at a weight that he's comfortable functioning on the court with. And to me, I think in the best interest of the Lakers, if they want to hoist another banner, it's going to be resting him. Him playing these last 18 to 20 games are not going to help them win a championship.
So to Chris's point, since LeBron started the final streak, which obviously ends this year, but technically still active, the second most used player, most played player is James Harden. He has played 40 more games than James Harden and 3,500 more minutes than James Harden.
Wow.
3,500 more minutes. That's more than a season's worth of minutes. And all minutes are not created equal. He's got playoff minutes and finals minutes, which are like double the load.
Pressure. They're more than that. Okay. For LeBron James, we could probably be able to calculate, because imagine the amount of stress. And he was on a team that was not in the same stratosphere as far as talent. So just imagine the responsibility that he had to be able to live up to. And he played better than we even expected.
And LeBron, obviously, since he came back from the injury, he's not been the same guy. Still put up numbers, averaging triple-double. But you see it. This is going to be the first year since the Heat lost to the Mavericks that the team with LeBron James on it didn't get as far as they possibly could have. And by that, I mean, one of the reasons I never held the finals losses against him was because take any player in league history and replace LeBron with them. Those Heat and Cavs teams don't get a game further. Take any player present day, they don't even get there.
Right.
And this year, that's not the case. This year, given the health of Giannis, the health of Harden, the overwhelming production of those players, the Lakers would be in a better position with 60-some games from those two players than the 46 they got from LeBron. So I understand that argument. And you're right about him being up over the playing weight he wants to be. And it's clear he doesn't have the stamina he's used to having. These are all after effects of the injury. I still don't think they should sit him yet. He's going to get more rest this summer than he's gotten any time in the last decade because their season's going to end 2 months early.
But he's also busier than any other summer. He's got a number of projects he's doing this summer. So in time, it might seem like it, but in actual, how much freedom does he have? Because he's filming Space Jam this summer.
All that, though, is taking place. They assume the Lakers will be playing into June. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like that he's going to have the playoff time was X'd out for basketball. It's now going to be downtime. And I get the point you're making. But the other element of it is this. He's got a responsibility more than any other player in the league to the fans of the league, to the paying customers. The Lakers, one time all year, play in Chicago. It's a week from today. You know there are people in that town that bought tickets for the express purpose. My one chance to see LeBron this year.
He's got a bigger responsibility to the Los Angeles organization because they the one signed him. There's a reason why he signed with them for 4 years. He didn't sign with the NBA. He didn't sign with Adam Silver. He's already done enough for the NBA brand. What's important is what he does for the Lakers. If he's going to approach Michael Jordan as the greatest ever, and this is my take on it, not yours, he's going to have to win another championship with the Lakers. And I can guarantee you, these last 18 games, they will not help. Why put that extra load onto his body?
Do you think it can hurt him, though? Even if it doesn't help, even if these last 18 games don't help them win a championship, because what's it matter about learning a rapport with these young players if they're going to get traded? Like,
of course it could hurt, because the reason why, what if they don't get a free agent? What if he has to continue playing with these younger players? And in their first experience with LeBron James said, hey, man, y'all get on my back. But he couldn't carry him because that's what's going on right now. I don't believe the optics around LeBron are good. I don't believe the other NBA players, as far as Kawhi Leonard and other players, if they're looking to Los Angeles, why would I go to the Lakers right now compared to going to the Clippers who have Doc Rivers and Jerry West?
But you think that's different if he shuts it down?
Well, I mean, what the players see is real. If LeBron continues to lose games with this team, yes, that's real. That is not good. One of the things LeBron always had over was man, watch LeBron wheel his team with lack of talent. No, he's not able to do that anymore.
Always got them as far as they possibly could get.
He's not able to do that anymore.
All right, so there was a report that came out that the head coach, Luke Walton, will be fired at the end of this season. Do you think Luke Walton, CC, got a fair shake with how everything sort of happened this season?
No, life's not fair. When you coach the Los Angeles Lakers for 2 years, 1 year under LeBron James, the injuries and everything there, you got the chance. You got the job of a lifetime. So is it fair for him? Life is not fair. So the injuries are real, but people just won't accept that as an excuse. Rondo, the time he missed. Lonzo Ball is still out. Right. LeBron with the 18 games he missed. What is fireable is the lack of execution of a game plan, the lack of any type of continuity as far as a rotation, and ultimately what should get him fired is the lack of development of the younger players. When you don't have those guys developing the way that we had seen younger players develop around the league, when you have guys like Randall leave and get better, going to the Pelicans, D'Angelo Russell making the All-Star team.
Might be most improved player in the league.
Oh, he getting ready to win that. That's what he said last night.
Yep, that is exactly what he.
So those are things that can really, those are the true concrete indictments against Luke at this time.
Listen, it's his third year with the Lakers. They're 91 and 137. That's just under 40% winning percentage. I admittedly did not watch every single Lakers game last night because you can't watch all 30 teams. Last year. You can't watch all 30 teams, all 82 games.
Yeah, but you're foolish enough to watch all them stupid games
I was up till 1:15 East Coast time.
And it's affecting the show, too.
Last night. I've watched every single game these Lakers have played. There's no rhyme or reason to the rotations. I know that it's been tough because of injuries, but there are some basic things. When Ingram's playing the way he was playing post All-Star break, and you realize Kuzma's actually
when the game was on the line last night, what did they call, Nick?
I mean, twice they call timeout, and they run out of timeout plays for JaVale McGee. Post-ups for JaVale McGee. 2
games ago, they called a timeout, couldn't inbounds the ball.
In the most critical time against the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, there's basic stuff that he cannot get right. And yeah, could LeBron have helped him more? Sure, but he didn't. Could the GM and the front office have helped them more by not engaging in the Anthony Davis stuff? Yeah, but they didn't. And here's what I would challenge, because there are going to be people out there that don't give a damn about Luke Walton, but are going to act like he got an unfair deal and he got screwed, because it'll be a way for them to attack LeBron when he gets fired in a month or so. Make the case for what Luke Walton's great at. Make the case as to why, when Luke Walton's fired, another NBA team should be in a rush to hire him.
Offense, defense, strategy, motivator, young player developer, because those are all things that you want to see. Some of those things in a coach.
Make the case. Let me know what I'm missing with Luke Walton. Why, when Luke Walton gets fired, he's not either maybe going to the University of Arizona as a head coach or an NBA assistant job, because that's what I see from him. Now, will the Lakers get better next season at head coach spot? I think if they hire Ty Lue, they would. I think if they hire Jason Kidd, they'd get worse. It's not a cure-all, but Luke Walton has not done enough to not be a guy sacrificed at the end of this disastrous season.
We got to go. We'll talk about this again tomorrow. Undisputed star.